Hey, welcome to another adventure in old code, the place on the internet where we take a look at old QBasic code we wrote back in the day, and we laugh, we cry, we cringe, but mostly we just hang our heads in shame at what came out of our brains. Today we're going to take a look at the sequel to the AIM game we saw last time. At least I think it's a sequel. It's called AIM2. I assume it's a sequel. So let's have a look. And I should actually get my keyboard working. So I'm going to try something new. We're going to go QBasic dark mode today. We'll see if that's a little easier on my eyes and you don't see the blue reflection of my shiny forehead showing blue. We'll give it a shot. If you don't like it, let me know. I think this is going to be good. So here we go. We've got AIM2. This is a lot more. Okay, I'm just going to pull up AIM1 here. Remember, this was AIM, and we drew a guy and we shot the guy, or we shot a target, and this was it. But there was only one subroutine, and it was just to draw the guy. So now for the sequel, we've got a lot more stuff. We've got I didn't even know you could have declare two subroutines with the same name. What in the heck is going on there? Two guy subroutines. Surely, wow. So you can just come here and just, can I just do it again? I guess guy can, yeah. It doesn't matter. Awesome. Whoops. Okay, that's interesting. You learn something new every day. So for whatever reason, obviously an error, this has been initialized twice. Or it's just declared, defined twice. Obviously the interpreter doesn't care. I assume this is my brother's program, but just because AIM, the first one was. So yeah, we'll continue on here. And now we have a now we have a subroutine called guy. So that's fun. Magic. Okay, this is not the same game. Glack, gar, gun guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay. We'll get to all of that eventually. Okay, so now we have a random number generator. As always, we have a few variables for holding images. A shooter, a bad, Garrick. Oh, excellent. Magic Dur, Glackdor, and Mash Gun Guy. I think a guy is going to have a machine gun. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to draw all these things. I imagine that's what all of these are for. Yes, guy is drawing the guy. And I think it's the same box size as the last game's shooter. So the last game must have just been some kind of a prototype. So this is the same shooter. We won't really go into that. Here's one called Guy. So we have a head, a rifle, a body, clothing. Excellent. Okay, so that's how we draw this other guy. Okay, let's just see this guy. Yeah. We'll see this guy get drawn. Oh, come on, get it together. Excellent. So this was a very common figure that we used a lot in a lot of our programs. So, okay, there's a guy with a sword. Okay, let's have a look at magic. What is magic? Again, this is a lot of drawing. Paints and lines and piece sets, and we're not going to go through this all because that's just monotonous and boring. But this is a guy. Okay, so we got a guy with a sword And we have a guy with a magic staff. That's awesome. And Glack. What the heck is a Glack? Whoa. Oh, wait a second. I forgot to hit us. Okay, you know what? We're not going to go through all of these things. Let's just quickly have a look at Glack. Okay, P sets and draws. Nothing much going on. Gar, again, P sets and draws. He's got a commented line out there. I'm not sure what that's all about. Oh, 00 to 5959. That's a 60 by 60 box. So he probably drew that box as an outline for his cell. And I'm saying he because, again, I'm assuming this is my brother. Gun guy. And again, okay. So we got a guy. And gun guy goes into the machine gun guy variable there. Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. We drew a bunch of guys. They all have weapons. There's magic, there's swords, there's a gun, and everything. Randomize the timer. Okay, boom. Before we get into the actual code, let's just run this thing and see what we get. Okay, which fighters? So we have a Western guy, little guy. A magic dir little guy. Okay, so okay, Glackdor little guy, Garrick little guy. And yes, if you're wondering, this is a reference to the character Garrick from Star Trek Deep Space Nine, who was very popular with us years ago. Greatest character on Deep Space Nine. Anyway, Western guy, machine gun guy, magic dir, machine gun guy, Glackdor machine gun guy, and Garrick machine gun guy. So I'm assuming that these are just scenarios. And who do we want? We can do Western guy versus little guy first. So let's hit one. I'm assuming I'm going to get a Western guy and a little guy. All right, very good. So now we got these two guys, and we recognize the bottom one. And, well, now we recognize the top one because we've seen them. So, again, the numpad arrows move the little guy. Can I move up? No. But I can yeah, I can shoot, and there is sound, so that's exciting. The big guy moves with the W, A, S, and D keys. Oh, S shoots. Okay. Okay, so now I guess we're duking it out. Oh, little guy hit the big guy. And that's it. Okay, what about the magic dir? Magic dir little guy. So wow, so that's the magic guy's shot. It's just sound. Actually, I think all of these, the projectile really, I shot him again. So that's great. Let's try. I'm really interested to see how Garrick looks. Let's try the Garrick and the machine gun guy. Wow, he's even got the neck frills. That's awesome. Okay. Okay, so Garrick, he's gonna move out of the way while I get my machine gun guy to shoot. I mean, same thing. There's not much going on. What does Garrick do? Oh, that's great. I really hope the sound is coming through. I am recording it on a separate track, so hopefully I can highlight it. That's fantastic. Whoop. Okay. All right. Who else didn't we see? We didn't see this Glackdor guy. Let's go Glackdor versus machine gun guy. Ooh. I don't know what a Glackdor is, but he's a sword and shield dude, so what's he shooting? Let's kill the guy at the bottom here. There, okay. What, who haven't we seen? I think we've seen everyone, right? Little guy, Glackdor, Garrick. So there's Western, Little, Magic, Glackdor, and Garrick, but we only have 8 combinations. Okay, so that's cool. So this is obviously a 2-player game, and you move around and you shoot. Okay, very good. Okay, well, we'll go Magic, Dur, and Gun Guy. Gun Guy. Let's see if there's... I'm missing. Oh, there we go. I got him. Okay, let's see how this was accomplished and what all of these things are. I don't even know. So, okay. First, we're going to print all that text and ask which fighters, and we'll put it into a variable called W, because of course. If W, oh, wow. Okay, so each one of the subroutines is a scenario. So if you did 1, you're going to do the Western guy versus the little guy. And so this is the Western guy versus the little guy. And we'll look more into this in a few seconds. But I just want, oh, no, that's it. That's the end of the, that's the end of the code. So once you go into one of these subroutines, that's it. That is the entirety of the rest of the code. Okay. Are these so different? Okay, let's begin. Okay, so the first, this is the Western guy versus the little guy. So X, Y is obviously somebody's XY coordinate. X, X, and Y, Y is somebody else's coordinate. And I think X, the Y, yeah, so the Y being bigger, XY is the little guy. And XX must be the Western guy up top. Okay, and their X coordinates are going to be a random number between 201 and, yeah, probably 399. Could be 400. I'm not entirely certain how that's going to resolve, but. Yeah, so basically somewhere in the middle portion of the screen on the X coordinate, and then the Y coordinate is fixed. Okay, so just remember single X, Y is the little guy at the bottom, double X, double Y is the coordinates for the Western guy at the top. Okay, so now we're gonna do a do. So this is all going to be looped, and the whole thing, yeah, okay. Okay, so BG gun. Oh, that's interesting. So BG gun, X plus 15. So the bad guy's gun, BG I'm assuming is bad guy. But what's TG? Oh, bottom guy and top guy. Look at that. So BG gun is bottom guy gun is X plus 15. So X is the coordinate where the top left coordinate for the box that is the little guy, but his gun is visibly 15 pixels into that box. So what we've got here is a calculation of the exact X coordinate for where the little guy shoots. Now the bottom guy right dead, what is that? X plus 10. I don't know what that is. Bottom guy left dead is X plus 5. Okay. Top guy's gun is 44 pixels to the right of his box start. And he's got a right dead and a left dead. So whatever this means, I don't know. But I think, actually, you know what? These are probably going to be coordinates on the X coordinate where a shot will kill the guy. So for the little guy, I'm assuming anywhere between 5 and 10 pixels. So we have a 5 pixel area in the middle of his box. Oh no, that's curious. It's not the middle, right? Because this little guy's box, if we look here, Oh no, 18 pixels wide. And so between pixels 5 and pixels 10, I'm assuming he's going to die. But if you, yeah, I'm sure that's it. Okay. Well, we'll see. So we're going to put the shooters and put the bad, I guess bad is the Western guy. Okay. We're going to ask for input by just probing the keyboard once. If we happen to hit 52, which is the numpad left, which is 4, then we're going to move the little guy's x-coordinate, 1 to the left. We've seen this before. 1 to the right if he hits right. If he hits 5, the numpad 5, then we're going to play this little ditty, which is, we saw this before, a 20th A note followed by a 50th C note. And these angle brackets bring down the octave. So it's quite a low sequence of notes. So if the bottom guy's gun is greater than the top guy's left dead, yeah, that's that leftmost, leftmost border within the top guy's hit box that we've defined as, I guess, his critical zone. And the bottom guy's gun is less than the top guy's right dead, then dead. Okay. Dead. We need a variable to keep track of whether a guy is dead. Well, we've got top guy and bottom guy. We could just go TG dead, but no, let's just call it dead. Because that makes sense. Okay, otherwise we're going to do the same thing with the the A and the D. That's A and that's D. Curious, those are lowercase a's and d's. 97 and 115 are lowercase. So I guess if you had caps lock, it wouldn't work. So that's fun. 100 is... yeah. Oh, sorry, 97 and 100. Yeah, that's A and D. 115 is S. These are all lowercase letters. Then you're also going to play... they're different, though. This is a 15th A note, followed by a 25th C note. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's listen to the differences between these two. Okay, so here's the A 20th, followed by the C 50th. And here's this new A 15th, followed by a C 25th. You hear that's a lot slower, as opposed to this one. Excellent. That's the way. That's the way. If you're wondering why this line is yellow, it's because I could actually hit F5 and continue from this point. It's a break point. Yeah, I can go debug and clear all breakpoint. I guess it's the current line. Yeah, so anyway, that's why it's yellow. We can actually turn that off, but I haven't done that. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so then we're going to do the same calculation. As the top guy, did the top guy shoot in the bottom guy's critical zone? And yeah, then dead. Okay, whoops. Yeah, this is a long line. Then dead equals 1. Okay, so dead means the little guy's dead. Dead means the big top guy's dead. Okay, awesome. And if. And loop until one of them is dead. If the top guy is dead, then you're just going to put the shooter, which is the little guy, on the bottom. We saw that. The top guy disappeared after the clear screen. And otherwise, you just do this analogous thing with the other guy. Clear the screen and put the big guy. Okay, and that's it. You're done. Nothing else. I'm assuming a lot of these are quite the same. So we've got the exact same logic, but these pixel numbers are going to be different. He's defined critical zones. Let's actually, let me just, okay, let's just look at the magic dir and 34 and 24. Let's go to the magic, oh yeah, the magic guy, 34 and 24. I am going to draw a line after everything is said and done. We're going to draw a line from 0, 24 to 59. Nope. 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 What am I doing? 24, 0. Oh, come on. I can type. To 24, 60. We'll do that in yellow. What is wrong? Oh, I forgot a bracket. Awesome. Okay, and then we're going to draw a 34, 0 to 34, 60. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm trying to see the critical zone of the magic guy. I just want to verify that this is what it is. No, obviously I did that wrong. What? 34, 0. Oh my gosh. 34, 60. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So this is what he's defined as the critical zone of the magic guy. You can see it's his like heart area. I guess if he gets shot in the groin, that would be death too. But also his ankles. If he shoots the ankles, then you're dead. So this is kind of, each one of these guys is going to have their critical zone. So that's what that is. Let's get rid of that. I just wanted to verify that myself. Okay. So we're going to just to make sure we've got. Okay. And so this guy is 264 notes, but played on the standard default octave. So yeah, I think that's a little pew shooting. But again, everything is the same here. There's nothing different. He's just copied all the code and changed the way these sounds worked. Okay, let's go to 3. We'll just... I think a lot of them are going to have the same critical zone because it's the same standard figure used for all of them. So really, all we needed to do for a lot of these is just change the sound and change the sprites that we're using. So obviously it was a much more efficient way to do this, but yeah, nothing is different. Nothing's different, but that's still cool. Oh, the other thing is the gun. So the weapon coordinates are going to be slightly different because each one's got a different one. So, oh, this guy's sound is complicated. Can I copy this and go to the immediate window and play it? I can. Well, that's cool. I wonder how long he took to figure that out. What are these? Oh yeah, A's. He's got A+ and A- here. These are sharp notes. Flat notes. If you're gonna play a 64th note, can you honestly tell the difference between an A sharp and an A flat? Here, let's see. This is so here's what it sounds like. And now I'm gonna get rid of the sharp and the flat. Oh, of course. See, here I am hounding him because he's he's done something bizarre. But no, look at it. It's 3 A64 notes. So he's totally got what his effect here. This is totally necessary for the effect. Go up slightly, go down. It's like a little, it's a 3-step ladder that you're taking very quickly. My bad. He knows what he's doing. He doesn't need me to come along 30 years later and criticize him. Perfect. That's awesome. I really like that. Okay, but yeah, all of this stuff is there. I also would like to point out, if we get Garrick here again, Garrick's gun has a very little point on it, just like Cardassian phasers. That's fascinating. He's got the detail. He's got the detail. That's great. Okay, 5. Let's go 5. Nothing else. Nothing else. Different XY coordinate. Yep. 6. Sorry, we're gonna rifle through these because these aren't. They're interesting, but they're interesting one time, not 8 times. Again, yeah, this is fine. Let's actually, I wanna see this one. I know we saw this before, but we didn't play it. Yeah, it's a little pea shooter. Awesome. Okay, 7. Here we go with 7. Okay, nothing different here. And I think also because he's only well, we'll talk about that at the end. Okay, this is the last one. This is Garrick versus the machine gun guy. And it's done. Okay, so what is interesting about this is he's got 5 characters, but he draws... the little guy is always a guy on the bottom. The machine gun guy is always a guy on the bottom. Western guy, Magictor, Glackdor, and Garrick are always on top. So you're never going to see any one of those versus another one of them. You can't have a Glackdor versus a Garrick because he's only drawn the sprite that for the top or the bottom. Obviously, the guy on the bottom is facing away from you, and the guy on the top is facing towards you, and you didn't bother to draw, do twice as many sprites. So that's why we've got just such a limited variety of combinations here. But I still think it's it's really cool. Yeah, so that's awesome. That's really cool. So he wanted to obviously make the subroutine, say for instance, Gar. He probably would have wanted to name that Garrick, but he's already got a variable named Garrick. And so he couldn't, and so he opted to shorten the subroutine names rather than the variable names. Okay, awesome. Well, that was really fun. And a neat little shooting game for 2 players. And yeah, the first one was definitely a prototype, and the second one is much more intense. And you know what? I think while I've got you, and we're still on this, there is an AIM3. But one thing No, this looks a lot more complicated than I thought. Let's just have a quick look at this AIM3, because I think it's going to use a lot of the same things. Maybe not. This is totally different. There's the bad guy, and there's an aimer. Is this anything to do with what we just did? Whoa. This is a totally different game. Okay, Well, we've sort of started this now. Oh wow. I can move. It's just, the flashiness is insane. And now I'm dead. This is a whole different program. Never mind. Let's look at this next time. And yeah, we'll see how that worked. But for now, this ends the AIM saga, because AIM3 is clearly not part of the same thing, the same franchise. So here we go. Thanks for joining me today in this adventure in old code. Have a nice day, and we will see you next time.